Hey, hey, hey. All right. So, first off, if I sound a little funny, I lost my voice over the weekend, so I am still just a little froggy. So if I have to stop and take a couple sips of water, don't mind me. Um, all right. So here we are on your website. Now, my first thought here is actually not photography. Like I know it says photographer, I know it is photography, like obviously. But the general vibe I'm getting with this photo and the love the outdoors and like the really like sort of standard non-serifed font, it reminds me of like Bass Pro Shops. It reminds me of like an outdoor sporting brand, not necessarily epic, vibrant family portraits. So I think you do have sort of a mismatch with your branding going on here. Like this vibe here does not go with your logo. I'd love to see this font, something like curly, here on Love the Outdoors. That actually would probably fix it up quite a bit. Also, this giant thing here. I love that you say what you do and where you are. However, I would move it down here. I don't know that I would have it above your photo this big and taking up this much space. I know like on mine is above. It's right under the menu, just like this, but mine only takes up about a third of this space. So I honestly feel like it's sort of wasting space here. So you might want to consider just moving it down a little bit. Um, okay, so bring the outdoors in with epic, vibrant family photos. I love that. That is fabulous. And then you say family where life begins and love never ends. I do love that quote. That is wonderful. Um, However, we're sort of like getting lost here with multiple like big statements. So hold on. So your first link here is wall art, prints, albums, and books. Okay, so that's awesome. The first thing that we're really talking about is going to be your wall art. So I am going to open that, even though I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't obviously a button. And I know it is because I'm on desktop and I can just kind of roll over and I see that it highlights. But this might not be really obvious on mobile. It might just look like this is what you offer. So, actually, I'm gonna go on mobile real quick and see. So give me just a second. I'm gonna keep talking here, but um, you're you have to be really aware of how things translate to mobile as well as desktop, and things that look like buttons on mobile might not on desktop. Yeah, so on mobile, it sort of looks like that's just what you offer. Like that's all that you offer. And I know it's not because you're a photographer, but on mobile, it doesn't necessarily look like you offer the shoots. It just looks like you offer the products. So you got to be really aware of that and be really careful with that. I also don't know if this is the very first thing that you want advertised. Like, I know if that's what you want to sell, you have to show that. But there's other ways to do it aside from just putting it out there right at the beginning. I am going to look at this page real quick because I want to see what's going on. Um, okay, so you're talking about wall art and how, like, the technical side of it. Okay. And then contact you. Yeah, I don't think this page is doing what you want it to do. So, all right, we'll come back to this in a minute. Let's go here. All right. So, what I was saying before, bring the outdoors in with epic, vibrant family portraits and family where life begins and love never ends. Okay. So, I like this quote a lot. It's one of my favorites. However, I don't think that's the best place for it. You can totally put it in somewhere else, but I really feel like um bring the outdoors in with epic vibrant family portraits really should go here. Or leave that here and move this on location St. George family photographer down into here. Okay. But this paragraph here, this is the big thing. Your story, my camera, let's plan your dream session. Instagram peeps will be envious. I want to hear about your wants for the session. Trust that our planning will allow you to just show up. You will not wait and wander. Quick turnaround, beautiful legacy printed pieces to hold, hang, and love. Okay, so this is what you offer, obviously. However, it's not really telling me anything about what you do that makes you unique. Okay? This area right here is very much like what business cards used to be 20 years ago. It is the warm-up. It's meeting someone in a store and introducing yourself and talking about what you do and what you offer. And it's getting to know the clients in a way. So you have to use client forward language. So like, I want to hear about your wants for the session. Instead of saying that, you could say this session is all about you. Right? Don't make it about you, because it's not about you. It's about them. It's about your clients. So I do like your story, my camera. But also, we're going to come back up here. You say, bring the outdoors in with epic, vibrant family portraits. This doesn't scream that. I want to hear more about epic, vibrant family portraits. That's really what this needs to be here. It needs to be about the epic. Okay? So this, you do need to adjust what this says. It needs to be more about the client. It needs to be more about what you do for your clients and less about what you do. So like quick turnaround, great. That's really not something for right here. This is, like I said, this is your calling card. This needs to be some kind of emotional connection where you connect with your potential clients and make them want to learn more. Okay. Okay, so let's see. You have a crap ton of portfolios. You have an investment. Are these top links available as well? Okay, they are. You have a client section, your contact page, and a blog. Okay, I'm going to dive into your portfolios in a minute. I want to see the top links first. Okay, so that's your product page. We don't need that right now. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they're all you have left. We take photos as a return ticket to a moment otherwise gone. Let's preserve the story forevermore through imagery. Each image is selected for all of its best qualities and then individually edited and retouched. Let's perpetuate this story by curating an album or photo book. An album will show your grandchildren what parents looked like long before they ever existed and long after they're gone. Okay, this is your investment page. And what are these? Okay, so I don't think these are really necessary. I mean, you already say the session fee is $250 up here. This isn't really an investment page. Like, honestly, I love all of this. This is all emotional connection, talking about preserving the story and curating an album or photo book. I think that's all fantastic. But like, even so, they're not ready to contact you quite at this point. We need more here. All right, hold on. We're gonna keep going through this real quick. Photography is my passion. Allow me the pleasure of capturing images of your family portrait session, high school senior, special event. Okay, so this is, I don't think you need all of this right here. And also, okay, so this I'm just going to say right now, watch your language on your website. Like, allow me the pleasure of capturing your images. Okay, don't use words like allow or I want to or I hope. All the language on your website should automatically assume that this client is already booking you. Okay, so instead of saying, allow me the pleasure of capturing images of your family portrait, you say, we will capture images. Like, you have to use client forward language like that. But honestly, I don't think you even need this here. Photography is my passion. That's very much an about me page kind of thing, not a portfolio page kind of thing. Honestly, all the top of this needs is a call to action. That's it. You don't need any of this here. All you need is something that says choose the session type you're interested in, because you don't really want them to spend a lot of time on the index page here. Okay? You want them to get into your galleries and into your portfolio. So I wouldn't put a big bunch of text here, especially because it's just this top page. This is more important. You literally just need a call to action right here. Choose the experience you're interested in. And then they can scroll down and they can pick whatever they're interested in. And I'm going to go through these in a minute, but I want to keep going through your top level pages. Okay, clients. Find your gallery and use password. Okay, so I have said this before. Your website is for people who haven't hired you yet. Okay, you should just hide this. There's really no reason to have this, especially because they're all locked. Like, you have to provide a password. So these don't even need to be public on your website at all. There's no reason for these to be public on your website. Okay. You can absolutely send the website / clients to your clients when you're delivering their gallery, but there's absolutely no reason to have this public on your website. It is literally just a waste of space. Okay. Also, because when you click on these, I know it's going to take me out. Yeah. And now they're off your website and they're into this gallery site and they're stuck now because they have to enter a password. So like, people who don't know what that little lock means, like people who aren't your clients, are going to have no idea what's going on. And it's just going to cause mass confusion. So I would just hide this link. Just take it off your menu. It can still be a page on your website. That's totally fine. But it doesn't need to be public, like, at all. That's what your portfolio is for. Okay? We don't need to see full client galleries unless someone asks to see a full client gallery. It's totally unnecessary. You need to totally curate everything on your website. Okay. And then, so get rid of the client page. Okay, contact me. I have a solution for your photography needs. Form below. I would get rid of the words form below. That's unnecessary. I have a solution for your photography needs. That's okay. I'm looking forward to working together to create a session you have in mind. Lean on me for wardrobe and planning. You've probably encountered me for a solution. Okay, I mean, that's fine. This is fine. I do like that it is an embedded form. That is awesome. I have no problems with the form at all. That's good. Okay, however, I have a solution for your photography needs. So what I'm running across here, why is it just called bridge? Careful what you name your blogs. I would have had no idea that this was about printing and albums. So I really thought it was just going to be like artsy photos of a bridge. So just be aware of that on your blog. Cool, yeah. Senior, not sure what's going on with okay, I kind of get where you're going now. People aren't going to understand these though. You gotta be more specific with your titles. Also, Google is indexing your titles. So if you want to sell prints and albums and things, then you should just blatantly say what your blog is about. That way, Google knows. And people know, because I wouldn't know what was going on here and I probably would not click on them. So, okay. Other than that, your blog is fine. There's nothing wrong with what's going on there. Okay. So here's my issue. Your main thing here is love the outdoors. Bring the outdoors in with epic, vibrant family photos. Okay. Nothing else on your website is giving me that vibe. Epic, vibrant outdoors. There's nothing else on your website that is epic. Like the words, not the photos, the words. There's nothing else epic, vibrant outdoors. You're not telling me about those things. And that is a problem. You've started to create a brand here. Outdoors, product, and your logo. I like your logo a lot. But it's not all coming together. It's all kind of disjointed in like parts and pieces. So I'm going to finish scrolling down your homepage here real quick because I did not do that. Okay, so like I said before, you're going to have to use this area to make an emotional connection and expand on this. Expand on epic, vibrant family portraits and albums and products and memories. Like, find a way to combine those two beautiful things and put it in a way that it's about your clients, that it's not about you. It's not, I want you to have a gorgeous album. It's, you're going to hold your album and never want to let it go. Your album is going to sit on your coffee table for the rest of your children's lives. Right? There's a big difference between saying, I'm going to create this for you, and this is your creation. One is about you, and one is about them. And this needs to be about them, okay? And then I got to have a session. They're not ready to contact you at this point. They're not ready to contact you. Done, period, at all. So you need to direct them over to some more information, okay? So I gotta have a session. Well, how about let's learn more. Learn more about sessions, right? And then I really think you should push them over to this investment page, but I think you should change it from investment to session information or the experience or session info, whatever you want to name the page, but this isn't really an investment page. An investment page would have a lot more information than just a $250 session fee. You don't give me an average price. You don't give me base prices for anything other than your session fee. Like, you have a $250 session fee. Okay, but what can I expect to spend after? That's what you're not telling me. You do need to include a little bit of that. Even just an average investment. You don't even have to put your session fee. You can just say average investment is $1,500, or clients can expect to spend $1,500, or session fee is $250. Collections start at $700, or whatever your collections start at. But this page needs more information. You need to go from whatever you're going to put here in combining the outdoors and the heirlooms, right? Epic, vibrant, and heirlooms. That needs to be combined right here. And then you need to expand on that even more on this informational page, okay? Take that little bit of information and really expand on it. Like I said, I do like this right here a lot. But I feel like you can expand on it more and put photos in here like intermixed. I'm going to show you real quick my informational page. Now, I mostly do newborns. But you see, here's my location blip right here. Okay, so this is my informational page. So they come on. Actually, I'm going to show you my homepage first because it does have this little blip on the front that your family is growing. I don't even talk about photography on my homepage, like here. I don't at all. I talk about this time of their life and not forgetting these moments and talking about babies and nurturing. And then I ask them to learn more. And once they come to learn more, I talk about outdoors being my specialty. And then talking of sort of how my sessions go, that even though they look like they're deep in the woods, they're out in a field. And then after this nice emotional connection, I tell them what they get. So they get a unique outdoor newborn session. I bring everything. There's no time limits, and they get high-res images. And then I talk about sort of the details and how it works. We discuss locations. We set the exact date to meet, how long a session takes, how long until they receive their proofs. And if they still have questions, they can get to my FAQ. My FAQ is actually where I have my starting prices listed for my packages and things. And then they can go to my portfolio, or they can contact me at this point. And at this point, they have seen at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've seen 10 photos over 2 pages at this point. And it's like 10 of my best photos. They're my favorite photos. I try to keep them fairly current. And as I click below, if you're ready to book your due date. And actually, I need to rephrase that because I don't like that on my own. And then I do like print products, and I do include print products in my packages. So I have this, if they keep scrolling, if they still want more, they can then see the products that I offer, and then they have a chance to contact me again. So you see how I'm sort of walking them through the process. I'm making this emotional connection, talking about, what they get and how I'm different versus everyone else in my area who does newborn photography. And then I tell them what they get. But I don't tell them price because I want them to reach out to me. And you do too, which is why you're only putting your session fee. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But they're not ready to contact you at this point. Like, you need a photo up here or a couple photos. Like, I don't know why there's not a photo right up at the top. Or like a couple photos. Because your portfolio, you do families, seniors, and then some other random things in there. We're going to go through those. But at least family and seniors, you should have like a family photo and a senior photo. You could just put them right next to each other, 2 horizontal photos right here. Or make it like 4 photos across and just have a nice banner across the top here. And then dive into this. But then expand on it. Talk about what it is to work with you. I mean, like, what is the process? Do they get an online gallery? Do you do in-person sales? Do you include any product with your packages? What you work on location, but how does that work? Like, do we just show up and whatever? Do you do consultations? How does all of this work? You're really not giving me you're like making the emotional connection, which is great, but we do need a little bit of technical information in here too. And again, you really need to bring in this epic and vibrant and your products. Your words here aren't going epic and vibrant. You're not talking about the images. You're not talking about like the experience. You are talking about the images. You're not talking about the experience. You're talking about photos being important. Great. Photos are important. And you're talking about albums, which is great. Albums are important. But like so many photographers, this isn't unique information. We all do this. Okay? Any photographer worth their weight in salt is selecting the best images and editing them. Okay? I mean, that is literally what we do as professional photographers. So you're not offering me anything individual at this point. But your homepage, epic alone makes me think that I'm going to get something that nobody else has. So you need to expand on that. You need to talk about that and really talk about the experience with you and what you do and how you work, and intermix some photos in here and then ask them to contact you. Because you absolutely do need a contact point on this page. But I think you need photos up top, and then you need the information, and you can intermix photos like I showed you on my info page, and then ask them to contact you. I don't think you need these, especially because they're not clickable. This is just They're just fun looking, but they don't really do anything, and they don't add anything to the page. So you don't really need those. I did just post a video on my Facebook page yesterday about book a session versus let's chat. I really think you should go watch that video. It's about 5 minutes long, and it talks about the language of committal and non-committal, and using book a session versus let's chat. So definitely go take a look at that. Okay, so let's see here. So this whole page definitely needs to be added to, and rename it. It doesn't need to be investment. You should rename it experience or session information. And honestly, I don't think you need a separate page for products, because your products are just as important as what you're doing. And I can see that. I understand that you have it as your top link here. Obviously, that is like your main thing that you want to sell. And that's fantastic. I love that. Like, I really love that. But if it's just as important, then this needs to be on this informational page. Okay? Like, this whole section right here, these two big blocks, could literally be this. You see what I'm saying? So you don't need a separate page for your products, especially because you literally only show wall arts and then talk about digitals. So I'm not sure, and that goes to contact. So I'm not sure kind of what's going on here. Is that in the examples below, you only show one example. So instead of like having a whole big thing like that, because honestly, nobody really cares about this. You need to show an album and absolutely show this type of artwork on a wall above a couch. I love that. But oh, wait, it's a slider. Oh my gosh, you can't even see those arrows. Just giving you a heads up. I would have never, oh my gosh. I've been on this page like 3 times now, and I didn't realize there were arrows there. Okay, so here we go. Very nice. And you just straight up put all of your pricing on there. I wouldn't do that. On your pricing is good. Good. Very nice. But I wouldn't, this doesn't need to be on here. This should be something that you give clients like pre-ordering session. They don't need to be on. Yeah, you don't need to put this full pricing on here. I think that's totally going against what you're trying to do. You are trying to create this like epic outdoor, right? And with a focus on heirloom and emotion and all of that, but you're just flat out giving them pricing here. So I think that's going to work against you, honestly. This is something that you can send separately. Like once they inquire, this is something you can send to them like as a PDF. You can like put all of these together in a nice little informational packet and send it to them. This does not need to be up on your website at all. You're giving too much information now. So not only are you not giving you're not giving enough information here, okay? You're not giving enough information. You don't have anything about what it looks like to work with you. And then you're giving too much pricing information. So what happens when we have this imbalance is that people are going to take this pricing and they're just going to go price shop it. They have no reason to reach out to you if you literally give everything out on your website. Okay? So this does not need to be on your website at all. However, I do love having the photos of stuff on the wall. That is absolutely necessary. So I do think you need to sort of combine this whole vibe, like about albums and wall art. And I don't know if it needs to be a slider or some sort of like gallery, like this, because you can still totally click these and make them bigger. Um, but it's not totally obvious that this is a slider. And I think it's just because it's so light on the side that I don't really see it. But anyway, this information totally needs to come over to this informational page. Okay, it all needs to be here. And you have plenty of room to do it. There's no reason for you not to flesh this out a bit more, add some photos up top, have a contact, and then below the contact, have information about prints and products and albums and wall art and all of that. Okay, and then below that again, yeah, have another contact button. That's totally cool. But I don't think this needs to be a separate page because it's not an add-on. It's not in addition to. This is what you want to sell, so it needs to be on your main informational page, okay? When you have it on a separate page like this, it just seems like this is something extra you can get, not this is what I sell, this is what I do. And obviously, this is what you sell and what you do, or at least what you want to sell and do. So this needs to be combined into this page. Okay. So also though, that then gets rid of this drop down, which I do not particularly care for, because then it doesn't, when there's a drop down like this, people don't always know that they can click on the top link. So they may not even find this page at all. They might hover and then be like, oh, okay, that's the link, and never even find your investment page. So by combining the two, you then just have one top level link that they click on that has all the information they need about sessions with you. Okay. Okay, so next up, we are going to go through your portfolios. Oh, one last note about the contact page. I have a solution for your photography needs. That is like hyper commercial sounding, and I don't think it goes with what you're doing. I mean, you could literally say, let's get outside, right? Or let's go on an adventure. Because literally that's what you're talking about. That's your vibe. Outdoors, love the outdoors, vibrant, epic, outside, right? And then you go to this like, I have a solution for your photography needs. This is like, I'm going to come to your business and photograph food. Like, that's really what that feels like. So all of your words have to go with that same vibe of epic and adventure and outside and product. Those are like your key things. So honestly, you could say, let's go have an adventure. And then they can fill out the form. Like, and definitely get rid of this form below. That's obviously the form is below. They can see that. They're going to scroll down and they're going to see the form. But yeah, I would change the wording here. Okay. Also, you don't have an about you page. Wait, yes you do. Why isn't it linked up top? This is about you. Get to know you. Okay. You're Margie. Hi, Margie. One of my best friends is named Margie. You link out to featured music. Okay, you could put and here. The break looks weird. Oh, that's a good smell. I love this. This is really cute. I really love that it like is about you. That's wonderful. Contact me. Okay, so I really feel like this should link over to that informational page that you're going to be fixing. And it should say learn more about sessions, because they're not going to be ready to contact you at this point. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the words like don't ya and push the button. I I see what you're doing. You're trying to attract, I mean, I don't want to say a younger crowd, but um I don't know. It just feels like it feels very MySpace 2002. It doesn't really work with what you're putting across. Like I said, epic, vibrant, outdoors, but you still have this like upscale cleanness to this website, and this throws me out of it. Push the button. Like I'm pretty casual and I wouldn't even say that. I don't, and I feel like you do have to use real words. Like, would you say this in real life? Probably not. Um, so I wouldn't necessarily do that. And also, I would link over to your informational page here. Learn more about sessions. Um, this is cool though. I like that you have publications and things you've done. That's cool. That is really cool. But I would definitely link over to learn more about sessions, which will link over to this page. This is going to be session information. So your goal with your website is going to be going from home to session information to contact. Home, info, contact. Home, info, contact. Okay. So everything on your website has to link back into that path. Usually it'll link back into the info page. That is where you want everyone really to end up. That if they end up on your about page about you, they're going to come back through and they're going to find, hey, learn more about sessions with me. And it's going to pull them back into that path, which is then going to take them to contact. If they end up on one of your portfolio pages, which I haven't gotten to yet, those also are going to link back over to your informational page. So anytime they get off track, you're pulling them back in. Same thing here. Definitely have it not linked to your contact, have it linked to your about. Okay, so I am going to go into your portfolios now. Which you've got a lot of portfolios here, and I don't really know if you're going to need them all. Okay, family set. Okay, so these are sliders. Your work is beautiful. Huh. Yeah, your work is gorgeous. Okay, so all of this stuff right here, this is definitely stuff for that informational page. I don't think you need this much info on your portfolio pages. You do need a little bit, but also I mean, look how cluttered this is, and it's all caps. This is doing nothing for you right now. And there's like weird gap here. Something's going on with formatting. So this isn't doing what you want it to do. I promise that. So let's see. Talking about bare walls. Okay, like how okay, so like I really feel like you should take some of this information and put it on your informational page, right? You do still need some kind of words here, but have it be more about family sessions. So like a session with me gets you my creative energy used to capture authentic interaction. You're making it about you. Like, it can't be about you. It's got to be about them. Family sessions document the family bond and authentic interactions. See? Lots of hugs, smiles, and laughter while capturing the best images of each of you. All you have to do is show up. There you go. You don't have to say, I'll be there, or my creative energy. You don't have to say any of that. You just have to make it about them. But you can literally take what I just said and stretch it across here. And you could even just say laughing, smiling, hugging. Like, you can do that. Or just say, let's feel the love. And that can be your main thing, like your main title. And then just have a little blip. And then learn more about sessions. Oh my God, it keeps going. Oh, this is that blog, isn't it? The box. You definitely don't need stuff like this here. That's a blog, and I'm pretty sure it is a blog on your website. You can just take it off of here. That's totally pointless for here. And the digitals thing, again, if this is repetitive stuff, if you already have this somewhere else on your website, you don't need it here as well. Google does not like competing text. Honestly, not that. We could keep that there, but this is totally unnecessary. Like, totally unnecessary for this page. You can just get rid of it. I love these. These are great little blips. But they're, again, it's a lot. Like I said, it's all caps, which is really hard to read, and it all runs together. And there's like 2 different font sizes happening, which is super strange. And then look at this right here. Look at this page right now. Take a second. What's missing? There's no photo. Like, there should never be a time on your website where I can't see one of your photos. Okay? So I think you need to condense a lot of this information down and use a lot of these sentiments on your informational page. And then all you need on these portfolio pages is a little short blip about family sessions, especially something like this, like mom missing in the family photos. I love that. I love that. It's so true. I'm a mom. I'm never in my photos. And then, just put that in here, and then a little button that says learn more about sessions. Not contact me, but learn more about sessions, and have it linked back to that session info page where you really pull in a lot of this emotion and a lot of this stuff. Okay? Excuse me. Okay. So you don't need all of this information on this page. I really feel like this is where you need all the information in one specific area. Okay. All right, so high school senior photography. Okay, so I like this. This is good. But you don't need this up here. Okay? And actually, I'm going to look real quick. Okay, so here's a problem we're running into right now with your portfolio pages is they all look different. So this is something you have to be like really formulaic with, and you have to be really structured. So all of these pages underneath your portfolio, this is your portfolio, all of these pages should basically be the same recipe. And what I mean by that is look at your family session page, okay? You have the title, you have the gallery with the slider, you have some words, and you have a button, okay? But then we come over to high school senior, and you have words and a button, and then a slider, and then more words. And then we come over to graduation and you have a title and a button and a slider and then more words. And then for events, you literally just have a title and a button and a giant grid gallery. A title, a button, a gallery, and then words. So you see what I'm going with here, right? And then this one you have it like right justified as a grid. And I'm not even sure what's going on here. Oh, this is okay. I mean, this is more like a blog. This doesn't need its own page. This is definitely a blog where you can talk about vacation rentals and Red Rocks and how awesome it is, and then Google will index the blog. I don't think this needs to be its own portfolio page. This is definitely a blog, okay? So turn this into a blog, get rid of this portfolio. It's not necessary. Eagle Scouts. Super cute. Also a blog. Also a blog. I don't think this is totally necessary as its own page. This can definitely just be a blog. Unless you want to like only do Eagle Scout portraits forever, I don't think it needs its own portfolio. I really think it's definitely more of a blog post type of thing. And I mean, you can post multiple blogs about it every, like, you know, once every 6 months, you can talk about Eagle Scouts. But I think it takes away from your other actual portfolios. Now, light painting, this is cool. Like, this is really cool. Again, using all caps here, I feel like these are H tags. They're like H2s or H3s maybe. You got to be careful using the big H tags when you're doing your website. And all caps is just really hard to read. Okay, let's see. So, okay, anyway, what I was saying about these is these all need to be the same. Okay, like these all need to be the same. And honestly, why do you have a grad announcement gallery when that can literally be another little blip at the bottom here for high school seniors? It doesn't have to be its own gallery. That's like an add-on. It's definitely not its own thing. I don't think this needs its own gallery at all. And this links over to, oh, your contact. Okay. All right. So get rid of Eagle Scouts, make it into a blog. Destination Southern Utah, make it into a blog. Grad announcements, either add a little blip about it onto the bottom of your high school senior portfolio page, or make it a blog. It's definitely blog post type of things. The only things you really need in your portfolio is family, high school seniors, special events, and light painting. Those are the 4 galleries that you should have available. Everything else can be a blog. I don't think they need to be their own portfolios. Okay. So then we're talking about creating a formula, right? I know I kind of got off track, but you need to create a formula. All of these gallery pages, the ones we're talking about, family, seniors, events, and light painting, you're going to narrow this down to the 4. And they need to be the same. They all need to look the same, okay? And I think family sessions is about as close as you're going to get, okay? With what we want this to look like. You want the title of your page, which is perfect, family sessions. Have your gallery slider. I like the big gallery slider at the top. That's really nice. And then we're going to switch this up because 4 is a lot, okay? I do really like this on your senior page. This is perfect. Okay? This is what we need. Something along this line for family, high school seniors, events, and painting light. You need like a paragraph talking about why it's unique and why they need it, right? And look, you're not saying I. You're literally talking about showcasing your grad's effort, and your son or daughter will love planning and experiencing it. Do they have a cool car? Are they active in sports? Like, that's cool. That's really cool, okay? This is great right here. You're not talking about what you do. You are literally talking about what you're doing for them. And that is what all of these pages need, okay? All of these pages. Your family page needs a paragraph like this. Your events page needs a paragraph like this. Your light painting needs a paragraph like this. And then right here, you need the button that says, learn more about sessions. Learn more about sessions, okay? Learn more about sessions. Don't try to be funny. Don't try to be silly. Just be really specific with your buttons, okay? And keep them uniform. Learn more about sessions. It's totally fine to be uniform on those things. You don't want to confuse people with the buttons and what you want them to do. That is something that needs to be super straightforward. So then from each one of these gallery pages, you're going to pull them over to your info page, okay? So you're going to have the title, the slider, the paragraph, the button, and the button is going to take them over to the info page, because the goal of your website is going to be taking them from your home page to the info page, okay? Home, info, contact. I would get rid of this link. I don't think it's necessary at all. But I do think you need to switch this up. Okay, we're going to go through this again in a second. Hold on. All right, so yeah, so make these all sort of standardized. All of these gallery pages need to have that same uniformity, okay? All right, so then I think we've pretty much gone through it here. I'm going to change that out. Oh, wow, you've got a lot of stuff here. Okay, so this is about you. And you have testimonials, you have an FAQ, and then you're featured. Okay. Cute. However, I really think that your testimonials could just go here as a slider. We really don't need these buttons at all. Like about me, portfolio, investment, like this isn't necessary. You're going to have a session info button here. So this could totally just be your testimonials slider. And then you could just get rid of the testimonials page. It's really not necessary. It's actually better to work your testimonials in around your website rather than have its own page. And then we have answers to your questions. Okay, again, you're missing a photo. Oh my God. There's so much info here. Okay, you're giving way too much info. Holy crap, you're giving way too much info. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So, what to expect? All right, so a lot of this is good. I like all of this. This is definitely an FAQ type of thing. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, there's your investment. All right. Okay, so this right here, this is where your FAQ can stop. Right here. Everything you want to know about what to wear, this is a blog post. This is totally a blog right here. This does not need to be in your FAQ. This is blog, and this is definitely something you would send to the client after they've booked. This is giving way too much information in your FAQ. And then what should I bring? This also is definitely after they book. Okay? There's no reason to lay all of this out right here. This is a lot. Or this is a blog. Honestly, you have all of these examples of like what you're doing and how you're doing it, and yeah, like this is totally a blog or something that you send after. This is not FAQ. And there's more. This is so much. This is definitely a like pre-session post-booking info. This is not something that you need to put out there on your FAQ page or even in public on your website. It is not necessary at all. No, this is like really overwhelming. Ugh, and some of this I would be like, I don't know, this is a lot. As a senior, I wouldn't have hired you. I mean, I might just not be your ideal client, but I live in flip-flops and I've lived in flip-flops. I have worn flip-flops in professional photos. So that's neither here nor there. This is just a lot. And telling someone to brush their teeth and used Crest white strips, that is like, that's kind of mean. Yeah, I don't know. This is just not something I would put right out on my website. This is definitely, like I said, post-booking, pre-session prep. Yeah, you've got too much on here. You got to pull this down a lot. Keep your FAQ to questions that apply to all clients. That's like the best word of advice I can give, is that it needs to apply to all clients. So date and location, how do I book consults? How long will sessions take? How much are sessions? When is payment due? Those are FAQ questions. That's great. Everything from this point down is either a blog or a pre-session prep guide. Okay? This is not FAQ stuff. So I would definitely get rid of some of this. Also, you need a photo. You're a photographer. You need a photo on every page. I know I said this earlier, but you need a photo visible on like every point of your scroll. There should be a giant photo up here at the top. Okay? Also consider finding a different way to format your FAQ because it is really overwhelming. I am going to show you my FAQ page real quick because I really like my FAQ page. So I have this little introduction about wanting them to be comfortable with me. I still ask them to contact me, but then my FAQ are these great little drop downs. So they can kind of bullet point all of the questions, and then all we do is tap and it opens up just my question. So you might want to consider a plugin or an option on your website that allows you to do something like this to make it not so overwhelming, because this is really overwhelming. This is a lot. And I mean, it's totally fine to have this many questions in your FAQ. There's literally nothing wrong with it, but it is really overwhelming just having this giant block of text, okay? So positives is your website has a ton of text for you to work with, but I feel like some of it is in the wrong place. And so you do need to move some things around. Okay, so we're going to just do a quick recap here. Your goal is going to be home, session info, contact. That is your goal, okay, with your whole website. Everything you do needs to lead clients back to that path. Home, info, contact. With the majority of the stuff being on your informational page, you need to pull information from your FAQ. Some of those things you're getting rid of can be pulled over to the info page. Some of that info from your like your family session page, a lot of that can be pulled over into your session info page, okay? Get rid of the product page, combine it. Get rid of or hide, you don't have to get rid of it, but hide the client page. You're going to remove those couple galleries here in your portfolio and either turn them into blogs, or like I said with the grad announcements, just make it a little note on the bottom of the senior page, or hide it, because I know you link it from the senior gallery. You could just hide it or make it a blog, okay? You have options there. Put your testimonials on your home page. And that's your goal, is getting them an emotional connection, getting them to that informational page, not contact, informational, and then from the informational page, getting them over to contact. And then no matter where they end up, they should be pushed back over to that informational page. Okay? So you definitely have some work to do here. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Like I said, your work is gorgeous, but you're not really pushing on the emotional the way I think you want to be. You are really focusing in on pricing, especially on that product page with listing out your entire price list. That's just not good. But then you don't really pull me in emotionally anywhere in here. You talk a lot about you, and we need to talk about your clients. So that's where we're at. I also do feel like your branding does need a little help. Because like I said, it does remind me of like an athletic store. I don't know why, but that's really what it looks like. So I don't know if maybe we need to switch up some fonts or what, but something's not working between your logo and this start of things here. So, but that's honestly, that can be changed later. Right now, your main goal needs to be making those emotional connections, getting rid of those huge blocks of text, like this. Like this is so much. You definitely need to work on paring that down and getting information onto your informational page. So you do have some work to do, but everything you do on your website, your goal needs to be home, info, contact. Home, info, contact. Okay? So good luck. If you have any questions, reach out, and we'll talk soon.